The movie you are going to see was first written in French. But now I'll try my best to say it in English, begging for your indulgence. Le plus grand peintre de Grande-Bretagne peut-être. The greatest painter of Great Britain, perhaps in the world, Lucian Freud, began painting some 60 years ago with an anachronistic style that is at once delicate, linear, graphic, and meticulous in the extreme, the antithesis of the raw, vital, brilliant style we know of him. For this is a technique worthy of the 15th century Dutch masters that he will perfect in the 1940s, applying it to contemporary portraits, an air of madness in their eyes, or applying it to the nose of a pit bull terrier lying on a couch, or to a bunch of 100 bananas depicted in a small painting just 6 inches wide, or to the bare shoulder of this same woman, his first wife, on this occasion naked beneath her yellow bathrobe. We notice the painter's peculiar predilection for detail in the birthmark his model wears on her right hand, from one portrait to the next of this young woman, Kitty Garman. From his anachronistic style, Lucian Freud draws all the strangeness of his claustrophobic atmosphere. He is here aged 31. At barely 20, his early work is a fantasy on a meticulous and delicate surrealism, juxtaposing forms both rounded and angular in excruciating graphism, and which would in 1947 give rise to his realist painting featuring the same sharp contours, the fine brush, the veristic textures, the vacuum-sealed matter, sexual details and staging straight out of psychoanalysis. A real treat. See the wire hair of the dog and his admirable nose. See the threads of the rope gently loosening. See the texture of the sofa and how it is bleached by perspective. Now see the myriad reflections in the eyes of this woman afraid whatever it takes to intensify the realism of the painting. But if some details keenly hit the mark, others somehow don't quite ring true in comparison, making this flower look like a rose made out of crepe paper, making Kitty's hair look like it's made of nylon and her face like it's been soaked in formalin. Whether you dislike, as I do, the plastery surface of this face, or whether you appreciate, as I do, the aspect of these chapped lips, whether you are thrilled that not an eyelash is missing from this lower lid, or disappointed that all this detail ends up producing a wax face, whether you find this first period virtuoso or simply laborious, is of no importance, because in all events, Freud abandoned this totally 10 years later to make a completely new start in the mid-50s, developing an expressionistic style nothing like anything he has done so far. It's not every day that a painter who has already reached maturity puts himself on the line like that.